Well, greetings everybody. Welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2 for the PC. I'm your host, RES2484, and a couple of things before we get started tonight. First of all, as you can see, this screen is a lot different than what it was before. What I did was I actually got the latest patch, the 1.13 or whatever the hell it was. To me, I do download a torrent client. It's a type of file, you know, a compressed file. But anyway, so I do download that, and it finally got that to work. But as you can see, there's going to be some noticeable changes as far as the way the game looks and feels and all that fun stuff. So. Also, to point out, I know my previous video had no commentary in it. Just a FYI, some of my videos are not going to have commentary in them. Just because just because my mother is home, and I'm not in an area where I can actually do commentary at the time. So, just thought I might get you all up to speed for that. So as you can see, the loading screens are a lot different. They're pretty. They're a lot better than the other ones. So quite a few updates. I think they added a few trucks and some other stuff as well. So yeah, let's get started, shall we? So that's what all the updates I really have at this point right now. Hopefully things will run a lot smoother now. And okay, I'm still getting 13 frames per second. Alright. Okay. It looks like there's nothing here, so... I'm not doing so well right now. I don't know why. Oh, a second. Okay. As you can see, I don't know if anyone can actually see this, but there's been a lot of polishing of the different graphics and why does people running the light? Okay then. That's a damn shame. Why is Well, things you have to get used to is that if you slow down too much, you're going to a complete stop in the middle of the road, which really is, come on, it's kind of unrealistic, but... Okay, well, it looks like that's the only cargo that they have available for us, so... Well, I guess we'll, shit. Man, this place is a little tight. Well, I don't know if you'll notice on your GPS that the red dot there with the 50 on it, that actually tells you what the current speed limit is on the current road that you're on. That's one of the many additions to the new to the update to this game. So it's, God, I can tell you how helpful that's been. So this video is going to be relatively short. Just want to let you guys know, I mean, I'm not kind of lacking sleep right now, so I'm having to work some pretty long hours. So, well, it's not long hours. I mean, I had to get up really early in the morning to go to work, so, you know, I really cannot go to bed until it's, dark out, so, it's really not helpful, I mean, I'm not really one of those morning types, so, yeah, I'm just real groggy and draggy, by the end of the day, so, on a good note, by the way, I was able to do some more recordings for my Halloween special, which will be released here in a couple weeks, so, so I hope everybody will enjoy that once it comes out. I think it's a, of course, I do vehicle simulation games on this channel, but I kind of like to steer out of the norm, my comfort zone, to do a game that I do enjoy, but it's in a totally different genre, like something that, well, it was, mainstream at one time, but, and it still is. I mean, it's a very addictive game. I seriously want to tell you what it is, but I told myself not to because that, well, I want it to be a surprise. So, as we travel down this windy country road, hopefully I don't hit any guardrails or anything in the way. We can do some discussions. I don't know what's going on in my life, what's been going on as far as my job and stuff is concerned. I mean, of course, for those of you that are new to my channel, my occupation, I drive trains for a living. It's a light rail trains in the Houston area. And, yeah, I can really only tell you one thing about Houston's light rail, is that it sucks. I mean, get this, they only got one rail line that probably doesn't even go barely 20 miles. And not only that, the LRVs, the light rail vehicles, that just, LRVs for short. Well, see, here's the thing. The first and second generation of LRVs that got, which are called the H1s and H2s. Now, H1s are H just means Houston. Houston 1 is the first LRVs they got back in 2004. That's when the light rail line opened up in the Houston area, where it went from south side of town, which is the Fannin South Park and Ride, and it extended all the way north to the University of Houston downtown, which was just to the north of downtown. That's as far as it went. It probably was not. It's probably what, not even 10 miles. Maybe it was maybe more like 10, 15 miles at that time. But But yeah, at that time, I mean, they didn't really, they just didn't really have a whole lot. I mean, it just didn't really go anywhere. So, back in the late 2000s, back in, I'd say 2009, they started making plans of actually expanding the Metro Rail because, ridership demand and all that. So, they got together, and of course, well, they extended it all the way to North Line Transit Center, which is all the way, it's like north of the inner loop of Houston, 610. It just, I'd say just a few miles north of there. It's really close to I-45. So, well, even then, when they opened it up in, I think it was like in June or July last year in 2013, the alignment only, I'd say, was about 20 miles in length. Just from the, as it stands today. I mean, they really don't have that very many trains at all. But now they are in the process of opening 2 new rail lines that are going to the east and southeast of downtown, linking up another transit center and another part of the Houston Community College that's in the Houston area. Now, only bad side of this is that the new line, the current line's the red line. The new line's the green line and the purple line. Now, the green line only goes about maybe 3 or 4 miles. I mean, yeah, that's it. So you can get from one end to the other in 15 minutes, which really is complete shit right now. But the purple line I think is a little bit longer, because I think you can get one end to the other in about, I'd say about, 20, 30 minutes. So that one's a little bit better. But still, though, I mean, it's still pretty pathetic for, this rail system only been lasting 10 years, and they're just now opening 2 new rail lines. I mean, that's pretty sad. Because, well, give you a prime example. I'm from Dallas, Texas, and Dallas has a very large light rail system. They have 4 huge lines that go through 20 miles plus. And they also have a commuter rail that goes from Dallas to Fort Worth. It also talks to that new high-speed rail that's going to connect Dallas with Houston. So they're going to have that as well. So, Dallas is ready for it, but Houston's not. I mean, they're years behind. What they really seriously need to be. So, I mean, that's necessarily the main problem right now, is that Houston is way too far behind as far as their mass transit service is, So, I mean, if you think about it, it's pretty sad. I mean, Dallas has probably, I'd say, a good well over 100 miles of light rail track now. And, their mass transit system's pretty good. I mean, I lived there for well over 20 years. I mean, I grew up in Dallas. So, I got to see the light rail system start off, because they started off in 1996 with their first phase of it. But Dallas already planned ahead, because he said, well, yeah, that's just the first phase of it. And he said that Dallas, the population growth in Dallas, he said it's going to increase by a certain percentage, and we need to be ahead of that. So what they did was they came out with a plan. It spawned maybe about 30 years or so, and they said, well, okay, well this is what we have. We need to come up with a plan so we can have the best, as far as mass transit is concerned, system. So it can support this huge projected population growth. So that's what they did in '96. Is they opened up the new light rail system. I mean, yeah, at first it didn't really go that far. I mean, the first part was only about, I'd say, 20 miles, give or take a few. So I mean, it really wasn't that long. But they extended it all the way to the north part of Dallas into the Plano area, which is, I'd say, a good 30 minutes from downtown. So, good 20 miles or so. So they added more distance with that. And not only that, is they created the, well, first it was the red line, then the blue line was connected to the northeast side of Dallas. That was the Garland area. So they did that. And then they opened up the green line, which took up the some of the northwest side, which, like Carrollton, Farmers Branch, that area is over there, which, that's what they covered there. So that's what the green line. I mean, in the newly opened orange line, which they first opened up back in 2012. They opened it up, and only it supported the red line for like so. Fucking move! Move! God fucking damn it! Fuck you, you stupid car. See, I knew I was gonna hit something, so yeah, fuck it all. That's ridiculous. But anyway, so they had the orange line, which now connects to the airport, DFW airport that's there, and of course also the green line, which goes from northwest to sort of downtown to the northeast. And of course with them, what they did is they also connected Love Field Airport, which is the airport that's closer to downtown. So they also did that. So that so they connected both airports, and of course they have Fair Park down there. The State Fair of Texas is held at it every year. They have that, and it's like, it's like they were prepared for this, So, but Houston really is not. I mean, they really aren't. I mean, I'm surprised that as big as Houston is, they don't have a better mass transit system. Of course, everybody that lives here say, well, it's mostly politics. Yeah, it is politics. It's oil and, it's oil and gas city. I mean, that's all it really is. I mean, investors don't really want that because it's going to take away from their profits, because they're a bunch of greedy bastards. That's what they are, So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious on why they don't have anything. So, I'm just saying, it's just one of those things. It's like, yeah, so why isn't it any better? Well, it's politics, Politics like to fuck everything up, for the rest of us. So, as you can see how the traffic AI is actually smart enough not to turn in front of me. So, I just wanted to point that out, because the previous ones, they just kept going out of that to charge the vehicle, crash the fence, or, whatever the fuck it is, So, No, I'm not Buckingham Man. Ooh, screw that. Well, we didn't really get anywhere today, which was disappointed. But at least we got another haul done, and you know I got to rant a little bit about Houston, how much its light rail system sucks. But well, that's gonna be it for now. So appreciate you guys for watching as always, and I will see you guys next time.